In a chilling turn of events, authorities recently shared the last image of a missing nurse, Sarah Caldwell, walking through a dense forest. The online community quickly picked up on a haunting detail in the photo, sending shockwaves through the investigation. As the internet delves into the mysterious revelation, one question lingers. What dark secret does the forest conceal about Sarah's disappearance? The eerie detail in the photo points to a hidden truth that even the investigators might have overlooked. As soon as the photo was released, it made it onto the news. The police had been looking for Sarah for a week then, but with no success. Nobody knew where she was or what had happened to her, and many feared for her life. The speculations only became worse after this photo was released to the public. And to everyone, including the police, it led to more questions than answers. The police revealed that the photo had been sent to them anonymously, but they were 100% certain that this was the most recent picture of Sarah that they had. However, it hadn't helped them with their search yet. They wondered who had taken this photo and where. Was this person hurting her? Why did they send it to the police? And why was Sarah even in this forest in the first place? But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. It was known that on the night of her disappearance, she had plans with a man she was dating, Nate. Her roommate had confirmed that the dress and shoes she was wearing in the photo were the exact same ones she was wearing when she had gone out to meet Nate. So, naturally, Nate had been the first suspect. The police had kept him at the station for interrogation for hours, but Nate kept telling them that he had never even seen Sarah that evening. He continued to claim that he was innocent and that he would have done nothing to hurt Sarah, but the police didn't believe him. Luckily, that same day, they received irrefutable proof that he was telling the truth. And although this did exonerate him as a suspect, it only made Sarah's disappearance more complicated. The proof in question was video footage from the restaurant where Nate and Sarah had agreed to meet for dinner. It showed Nate sitting in the same seat for 2 hours waiting for Sarah to show up, but she never did. He had even tried texting and calling her, but she never responded, and he thought that she had ghosted him. Until he heard the news of her disappearance, of course. Sarah's roommate, Nicole, confirmed that Sarah had been really excited about this date, and she had been talking about it for days. So, it didn't make any sense for her to ghost Nate on purpose. Something must have happened to her while she was on her way to see him. But what? Her car and phone still hadn't been found, and there was no sign of her. But then, the police received that photo, and with it, an important clue. As soon as they released the photo to the public, it got tons of comments on every single platform. Many of the comments were from users who were worried about Sarah and sending her good luck and prayers, hoping that she would return soon. However, many of the comments were also about something in the photo. People had spotted a shocking detail, one that the police had obviously missed. The reason for its viral spread was a mysterious figure lurking in the background. The photo wasn't of the best quality, but many people tried editing it to make it more clear. Most of the attempts failed, but one day, a young man named Toby made a breakthrough. Toby, deeply moved by Sarah's story, decides to enhance the unclear photo himself, hoping to uncover new details. He spends hours in front of his computer, meticulously editing the photo to reveal any hidden clues. Finally, after exhaustive effort, Toby enhances the image sufficiently, revealing a shocking detail that takes his breath away. He sits back, stunned. Realizing the gravity of his discovery, Toby urgently contacts the police, insisting on sharing his findings with them. He explains what he's found in the photo, but struggles to keep his excitement in check. Despite his initial excitement, Toby is met with skepticism from the authorities, who have been overwhelmed with tips leading nowhere. Undeterred by the police's initial dismissal, Toby decides to take matters into his own hands by visiting the police station. Toby's heart races as he heads out, determined to make the officers see what he's found. Toby is escorted into an interrogation room, where the tension is palpable as he prepares to reveal the photo. The moment Toby zooms into the enhanced image on the computer, a collective gasp fills the room, signifying its unexpected impact. The officers lean closer, their expressions changing from skepticism to surprise. The room is suddenly abuzz with activity as the initial shock gives way to rapid conversation. Toby, feeling a sense of accomplishment and relief, pledges to keep the photo private, proud to have contributed to the investigation. He understands the importance of his discovery and the need to act responsibly with the information. As the officers thank him, Toby feels a mix of pride and anticipation for what his contribution might lead to next. The figure was wearing a shirt with the logo of the restaurant where Sarah and Nate were to meet. Toby's edited photo reveals the shadowy figure wearing a shirt with the logo of the restaurant where Sarah and Nate were to meet. This detail sends a jolt through the investigation, as it connects the mystery figure directly to a location they know Sarah was planning to visit. Recognizing the significance, police rush to the restaurant to question the owner, Mr. Dillons, who had previously provided footage to exonerate Nate. The officers explain why they've returned, this time with a different line of questioning in mind. Mr. Dillons mentions an employee's recent absence, but he is hesitant to tell the police more. He looks conflicted, torn between his loyalty to his staff and his duty to assist in the investigation. The officers notice his hesitance, sensing that this could be a significant lead. After pressing him, Mr. Dillons reveals an employee, Marco, has called in sick the night of Sarah's disappearance, and he hasn't shown up to any of his shifts since then. This piece of information catches the officer's attention immediately. Mr. Dillons tries Marco's number in front of the officers, but it goes straight to voicemail. The officers exchange looks, their suspicions growing. Marco's sudden disappearance and lack of contact add another layer of mystery to the case. Armed with new information, the police ask for Marco's address and immediately set out to find him, suspecting his involvement. Upon arrival, they discover Marco's home abandoned, with neighbors confirming they haven't seen him for over a week. This revelation deepens the mystery surrounding Marco's whereabouts and his possible connection to Sarah's disappearance. The officers take note of the neighbors' statements, realizing that Marco's sudden vanishing act might be more than just a coincidence. Faced with a dead end at Marco's house, the police decide to return to the station to initiate a search for Marco's car, hoping it will lead them to Sarah. The officers gather around their desks, pulling up databases and contacting other agencies to alert them about the missing vehicle. Officers manage to track down Marco's license plate, a significant breakthrough in the case, revealing his last known movements. This information narrows their search area, allowing them to focus their resources more effectively. Security footage is found showing Sarah entering Marco's car only a block away from the restaurant, contradicting previous beliefs about her disappearance and linking him directly to her. This footage is a game changer, providing clear evidence that Marco was with Sarah shortly before she vanished. Using traffic cameras, the police can trace Marco's car to a remote forest area, indicating they are on the right track. The forest's isolation adds urgency to their mission, knowing that time is of the essence. The discovery of Marco's car hidden in the forest heightens the urgency of the search, as they believe Sarah could be nearby. Officers quickly secure the area, marking it as a significant piece of evidence in their search for Sarah. With evidence pointing to the forest, a massive search operation is launched, combining efforts from various law enforcement agencies. The team employs drones and search dogs to cover more ground and penetrate the forest's thick underbrush, searching for any clue. As the search intensifies, the team discovers tracks leading away from Marco's car, indicating a potential path taken by Marco or Sarah. The discovery of these tracks provides a new direction for the search efforts, guiding the teams deeper into the forest. Back at the police station, a deep dive into Marco's background reveals his hidden past relationship with Sarah, providing a motive. Investigators uncover old messages and social media interactions between them. The investigation uncovers alarming details of Marco's abusive behavior, which led Sarah to end their relationship, fearing for her safety. Documents and interviews with people close to them detail instances of Marco's controlling, and violent tendencies. Family and friends of Sarah corroborate the toxic nature of her past relationship with Marco, revealing his obsession and inability to move on. These accounts add depth to the investigators' understanding of the potential danger Marco posed to Sarah. The exhaustive search of the forest leads to the discovery of a secluded cabin, raising hopes of finding Sarah alive. Upon entering the cabin, officers find Marco, Sarah, and an accomplice, unraveling the climax of the rescue operation. Marco and his accomplice are taken aback by the sudden appearance of the police, while Sarah's relief is palpable. The officers move quickly to secure Marco and his friend, ensuring Sarah's safety first and foremost. The arrest of Marco and his friend brings a sense of relief to the team, as Sarah is safely rescued and taken to receive care. As she steps out into the fresh air, escorted by caring officers, the weight of the past day lifts. While the emotional scars will take time to heal, Sarah's rescue is a powerful testament to the persistence and dedication of the search team. Following their arrest, Marco and his accomplice face legal consequences for their actions, providing a sense of justice to Sarah and her loved ones. The courtroom is tense as charges are read out, reflecting the severity of their crimes. Sarah watches, surrounded by support, as the legal system takes the first steps towards holding Marco and his friend accountable for the fear and harm they caused. Sarah's bravery and resilience are celebrated, as she begins the process of healing from the traumatic experience, supported by her community. The successful resolution of the case highlights the importance of community vigilance and the critical role of Toby's contribution. Local newspapers and social media praise the community's effort, especially highlighting Toby's initiative, which played a key role in unraveling the case. Sarah and Nate's relationship, tested by the ordeal, emerges stronger, symbolizing hope and the possibility of new beginnings after adversity. They find solace and strength in each other, attending counseling sessions and community support groups. Toby is recognized and thanked by the police for his pivotal role in the investigation, underscoring the impact of individual initiative and persistence. At a small ceremony, he's presented with a certificate of appreciation. Toby stands modestly, receiving applause from officers and community members alike. His actions not only helped save Sarah, but also demonstrated the significant impact one person can have on an entire community.